Hello, everyone.
Ahoy, hoy.
What's going on, Kai?
Hey, muns.
What's the 411?
What's the 411? Hey, what's the difference between 10-4 and 411? 10-4 rubber ducky.
Oh, I don't even
What's
really
the 411?
know.
Why are we using so many numbers?
10-4 meaning. I don't even know. 10 codes, especially 10-4 meaning understood. Oh, yeah, that's right. 411 is like what's the sitch, how, like what's going on.
Yeah.
But 410 is like copy.
Yeah. Yeah, 410 copy. Just imagine if that's how we spoke. What's the 4
more or less
411?
do.
Yeah, bloody good. Oh,
Don't you reckon?
420. Oh, 420. Just another one.
We'll just scratch that
There's
one.
too many. Why is it all fours?
Drown it
Anyway,
out.
hey
Sound
guys,
effects.
welcome to the Pretty Cast episode 29, I believe, if my calculations suit.
Yeah, you're right.
Mutton's just chipping away on her phone trying to find a doozy of a headline for me.
Or no, I just don't know whether there aren't electric planes yet.
Yeah, no, I feel, yeah. So you,
I feel like 2000 was when we expected hovering cars and shit. Like, surely there's an electric plane. The plane already flew.
hey guys, we're getting straight into it.
Oh,
No scuttlebutt, no preamble, going straight for the
what's
jugular.
Elon Musk doing?
Yeah, I mean, he's drilling holes through the earth. He's got electric cars and he's launching rockets up into the sky. Has he not ticked off the electric plane yet?
Regarding that drilling hole thing,
Yeah,
has
sure.
anyone used that tunnel through LA yet? Or is it just Elon Musk? 'Cause I'm pretty sure that the last
Do you
I'd
reckon
heard,
it's his-
it was only Elon Musk who's driven under that tunnel.
Right. You know, he moved to Austin, right?
Did not know that.
Yeah, so I think the California tax is like something like 37%, and then you have to pay the federal tax, which is something like 12.5%. Maybe, don't quote me. Don't know my American taxation program. However, do know California state tax is like 37%. So,
Yeah.
and then I think if you make money there and then leave the state, you still have to pay income tax for 2 to 3 years afterwards, because the argument is that you became famous or made your shit in California. California.
Oh.
And so even though you've moved, you might have to still pay another 2 to 3 years tax on your income
They own you.
because they own you. Isn't that bizarre? I think that's like a Silicon Valley
What
kind
if
of
you
like,
change your
they
address
know they're the
on your-
hub.
Oh, I don't even know what I was
The
gonna...
old switcheroo with the address.
I'm like, what if they change their social security? Let's just do
If
that.
I live at 30 Oak Street,
And then I
maybe I'll
thought-
just change it to 03
then
Oak
they
Street.
would have to change their birth certificate, and then that would be forging legal
Oh, mate,
documents.
you're delving down there. But no, look, isn't that
I feel
interesting?
like it's probably not the worst thing Elon Musk has done.
Just quickly, they're talking about jacking it up to 50%, and I think that's why Elon Musk and Joe Rogan moved to Austin, because Joe
They don't
Rogan
charge
moved
you
to
tax in
Austin.
Texas.
They don't charge us as much as Texas. No, Joe Rogan, I believe, moved there and then he announced his Spotify deal.
Oh yeah,
And was
Exclusive
like,
Spotify deal.
now California can't get my money. I don't know.
Oh,
I think that's
love
the
that.
scuttlebutt.
Okay, can we just go back to the
Hole drilling with Elon.
No, can we even go back further? I want to know
Copy.
where the electric planes are.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, we got on a good waffle then. Look, I'm not
Have you heard
an
of
electrical
what a
engineer.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how far down the track the electric planes are, but I don't know about that. I mean, obviously we'll have to make some sort of jump at some point.
Well, yeah.
Like, because you couldn't do solar panel planes.
Oh.
You could.
Couldn't you?
But look, you probably could, but like
Again,
you wouldn't want
not
to fly
engineers.
not engineers, but you wouldn't want to fly Sydney to London
on a solar panel
on a
plane.
solar panelled plane,
I feel
unless
like-
you were flying above the clouds the whole time and it wasn't nighttime.
Oh yes, because you don't.
Because you don't want to run out of sun.
It's very weather dependent.
Very weather dependent vehicular mode of transport, the old solar panel plane. Mm-hmm. But on an electric
and it's not
plane,
really like it can the plane can connect to a grid.
well,
and
yeah,
just
see,
get-
I think the whole thing about the electric cars, some of them, the hybrids and stuff, as they roll, they generate a currency that charges as well. So they've got petrol, but they've also got the there's a minor charge as they drive, and then you could. I don't know.
The semi-electric ones.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I could be wrong, but because you don't have a lot of tarmac in the air to generate wheel turnage, I don't know if the hybrid electric plane has the capacity to safely get us from A to B.
I suppose it really is just the batteries that they.
What's the power? It's the power it would and generate.
Yeah,
and
but
use.
the battery needs to hold the power, and they don't have a big enough battery.
Fun facts, ready? Did you know that the aircon in the cabin is produced through a section in the jet engine turbine that circulates it through the cabin, so they can't regulate it too much because it's just whatever's coming through, and they're sucking in through a filter, sucking in and generating the aircon in the cabin, and then apparently to make sure that it's constantly moving. And I think this might be how they're getting around some of the quarantine and the COVID stuff with planes and people. And I've heard that maybe some people might not be all. Look, regardless of that, the way that they can justify the plane actually carrying everyone and not having to social distance as much is that there are holes at the end of the plane or circuit parts where the air then filters out. So it's coming in and going out. So it's not like a stagnant room, so to speak, where you're getting aircon and it's just going into the room. We've got airflow, I think is... Look at us, eh? I feel like we didn't study anything and should have.
Yeah.
Because I did personal training. I did my Cert 3.
I didn't finish any schooling.
Yeah, no, you didn't even... Yeah, no, you didn't...
I dropped out of everything I tried.
Crack high school all the way through. But it wasn't really a high school.
It's not really a testament.
It doesn't exist anymore, right?
I think
it's just
does.
a dance school now, though.
I think
you can't go there for high school anymore or something.
I think you couldn't for a time. It became like illegal because we were doing distance education in a performing arts school, and because we weren't really actually learning impaired, they finally caught on to the fact that like we weren't actually doing our schoolwork.
Amazing.
And we were just getting away with doing shit all, and no one was passing anything.
Wow. What a system.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's why I ended up dropping out, because I was like, I'm literally not learning anything. Yeah. I just decided that I don't want to be a dancer, so there's no reason in doing 50 hours of dancing a week. Yeah. And also the 3 hours of academics that I am doing a week is redundant. So pointless.
Great use of the word redundant. You still made it. Listen to you. I love you. You've come a long way.
Look at me go.
Look at you go. You're such a strong, independent lady.
Stop it.
You're so clever and bright. Do you reckon being trained as a voice artist early in life had a massive benefit to how you turned out? Because I personally do for my stance. Not on you, on how I turned out.
Yeah, but I think that's like being exposed to like a work environment, a professional environment from such a young age.
Yeah.
Set me on a trajectory way ahead of the rest.
Yeah.
But then again, I went to performing arts school, so a lot of those people were like working kid actors and dancers as well.
Right. Okay.
But that's a different... I started when I was like 4 years old. You started when you were 4 years old. And I feel like I just became probably a little bit more mature faster.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And
in certain regards.
I would say that sometimes you can, as long as you're mature, hold yourself well, emotionally mature, you could probably get away with being a little uneducated.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You cover over the cracks a little, smooth them over a little bit because you can speak well.
You just got to be a sweet talker.
It helps. It really does help. It's like you can sell, pesto to China really at the end of the day if you've got the gift of the gab. But I'd like to delve a little bit deeper into this because it's a unique perspective that you and I do have that I don't think a lot of people would have. Because it's still like every time I meet someone and they're like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, I do voiceovers for like, radio and TV commercials. They're like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, no, someone does that.
Would I have heard you on anything?
Oh, yeah, look, potentially, no doubt. However, yeah, someone has that job, remember? So it's like, if someone's always like, I hear ads my entire life, yet I've never met anyone that says them out loud in person. So it's quite a glass shatter moment for a lot of people.
Someone does that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I also kind of, the first question that they ask is whether whether they would have heard our voice. I'm like, definitely.
Yeah.
There's not many of us that do it.
Yeah. Name a brand. I've done it.
Yeah.
To a degree. I mean, you could really... there's quite an extensive
How many
list.
voice artists do you reckon there are in the industry?
So...
There's like 2 top
So there's
voiceover.
probably 2 top agencies, maybe 2 to 3 bougie little boutique ones. They may have no more than 50. So I reckon the top 2 would probably have around 300. I'm going to say...
Do you reckon 300?
Well...
I feel like...
I reckon the roster could be quite deep. But in terms of the capacity of the ratio of work, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm also talking about 2 main.
Yeah, I feel like our
agents
don't have. They try and hit the nail on in terms of the demographic. Like they don't have too many women who are middle aged. They try and keep the pool small so that work goes.
Oh yeah,
so that we don't have competition.
Well, no, they're very good at identifying pockets of the market and having a strong pool to make sure that all the bases are covered. Absolutely. Whether it's an elderly female, a young boy, whatever someone is asking for, whatever they've written their script for in mind for the way they've created their little narrative. Yes, our agent's very good at going, oh, that's what you're after? Great. We've got 4 of them and 2 of them. And if you want to look outside the box, we've got another couple over here that we think could maybe give you a little bit more to think about. So, definitely in that regard, they're excellent at that. But so in total, with the little bougie ones and then the top 2, I would say there'd be about 300, give or take.
Do you reckon bougie is the right word to use?
Boutique bougie. I just can't say boutique without bougie, and I can't say bougie without...
Does bougie actually mean boutique? No. What does bougie mean?
Bougie's like a bad bitch.
No, bougie's expensive.
Well, it's been tailored to that now, but it's back in the day it was
too rich,
she bougie.
White and upper class.
Oh, she bougie.
She bougie.
Yeah. Could have got that wrong.
I don't think that's true. I think it's always meant white and upper class.
Yeah, I interpreted that incorrectly, but I think it has been colloquialized into modern day pop culture.
Yeah.
Like bitch is bad and bougie. The Uzi, the rap song.
Oh, yeah.
By the gentleman that go by the name of...
I don't know what that song is.
Why is that escaping? Don't you fucking hate this?
No, it is. The bougie variation commonly refers to middle class or upwardly mobile black people. Oh. Now I'm confused. That's the Urban Dictionary definition.
Thanks, internet. Well, I think Urban Dictionary is actually probably a better source more often than not. Oh my God.
Probably more up to date.
I can't believe that.
I don't know now. It's either middle class black people or upper class white people.
We're talking about 2 different things right now, but the same subject at the same time. Bougie has been pop culture. It might have meant that originally, and now it's a bit more. I got it wrong, mate.
Rich.
Now,
bougie is expensive.
Yes, that's maybe what it was, and now it's a bit more everyone says #bougie.
I feel like they still mean that it's expensive.
No, they do. That's no, they're look at me, I'm bougie.
Yeah.
And boutique and bougie being catered towards a cool little, think of a boutique hotel.
Yeah.
Is always a cool hotel.
Yeah.
Cool, pretty, nice, well designed colors, that's bougie. I don't think you and me are qualified to necessarily define what they are, but I think we've got the
I feel like those context. 2 words are not related at all. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't...
It's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Don't critique my lingo. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick by it. So, yeah, between the agents, they've got the market. It's all covered. Yeah. Everyone's got voice artists covered. Your and I unique position growing up, which is what we were going with originally, is quite unique to what other people would have grown up with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But having said that, I think it created a false sense of confidence, which you touched on a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Because just because you can enunciate, say words and string sentences together better than someone else might be able to at that given time, doesn't mean you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you mean what you're saying. I actually have this issue with it's not an issue anymore, but whilst our friendship was still fledgling, she would never say words right. And I tried to correct her a couple times. And you gotta hate the person who was always correcting you, you know, like especially on grammar, like it's hard, or like the way words are pronounced. And like for a while there, it almost was the end of our friendship.
Isn't she Canadian?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about my friend. My other friend, Joe.
Oh, I thought you said grandma.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, that's not fair. She's from a different part of the world.
No, she doesn't. It's not always, but like sometimes she'll just say something wrong or like in the wrong order or just like something silly. And I'll just go, oh, I'll correct you on that. And then, and like at the beginning, it was like it became a point of contention and I realized that it wasn't okay. And I was like, okay. But now, 3 years later into our friendship, she actually appreciates it, I think.
Okay.
And
well, you're still together 3 years later.
No longer thinks that I'm stuck up.
Aww.
I think she still thinks I'm stuck up.
There's a good chance.
There's a real
As you
good
said
chance.
in episode 27 or 28, you can be brash.
You can be
confrontational in a way.
I can.
Yeah. Which, you know.
Which can be
if
intimidating.
If you don't know you.
Can be intimidating.
Can be annoying.
Do you reckon I'm kind? I played this game with my friend Gemma last night called We're Not Strangers. And how good's this? How good is this? First card in, the card's like, do I look like it's like all about self-evaluation, reflection, stuff like that. And I answered I can't remember what the question was, but it's like, do I look kind? Tell me the truth. And after she answered, I was like, cool, so what's the point system on this game? Like, did I win that question? Like, I don't, you know, did you get it right? And she pulls out a pre-written letter that comes with the game being like, there is no point system to this game.
No winners or losers.
There is no winners or losers. The aim is to merely get to know each other better. And I was like, fuck this game.
No. What do you mean? If you need a board game to get to know the person you're sitting next to.
I got to admit, it did stem some deep, good, raised some
up?
good conversation. Okay. You know, it was nice, but it was very wildly confronting. And there were some things in there that I don't. These are some things in the inside voice that I don't let come on the outside.
Oh.
That was an interesting choice of words.
Yeah, I speak pretty like.
I talk for a living.
About this game, yeah. If you're a competitive person who likes to win, this is not a game for you.
Why do they call it a game? Why is it even in the game section?
Why is it in the board game section? Should be in the Hallmark card section.
Yeah.
Go put in a fluffy card section.
It's not even a card game. Yeah.
This is not a card game.
What would that even be? It'd be self-help.
This belongs in a bookshop. This belongs in a Homes Warehouse like shop. Like this shit you would put on display but never use. You know how people
in a bougie boutique shop.
Oi, we're writing a song called Bougie Boutique, and I don't give a fuck about what you have to think on that one. It's going to be our opener. We Bougie Boutique. Yeah, there's something in that. You didn't have any headlines for me at the end of the day, did you?
Just that Mark Wahlberg was getting a private jet to Byron Bay.
From where?
America. And I wondered
if he... on that? Does he have to quarantine?
Well, no.
What
maybe. He would have. Sorry.
But they've probably got a thing for him, right? They'll have like a mansion or a fucking small suburb for him.
No, it might have to be a hotel because remember our mate Washo was doing some PAing for some celebrities who were in quarantine and they had to be in a hotel. I don't know why it would be.
But why does he get to fly into Byron then? Is that because he's Marky Mark?
Can't you? Because you can fly in anywhere just as long as you have quarantine, right? Surely.
Yeah. Surely.
And by Byron, they mean Coolangatta or Brisbane.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry. Is Coolangatta in Brisbane?
Gold Coast, babes.
So he's flying into Coolangatta.
Coolangatta is still in New South Wales.
Yeah, so he's flying in there, and then he's going to Byron, which is also in
Actually,
New South
I'm pretty
Wales,
sure
which is fine.
No, sorry, Ballina. Coolangatta's not New South Wales.
Coolangatta's in Queensland.
So sorry.
That's like Sunshine Coast.
I meant Ballina.
Yeah, I was like, I've flown in there many a time.
I am wrong.
Hi, I am wrong. Look at you, so grown up. No, but yeah, so he'd be flying into Ballina, and then, geez, he'd have a bougie boutique little dwelling, wouldn't he?
Maybe they would get him a mansion. I don't know. Who cares?
Well, who cares? You brought that up. No, but you're right. Marky Mark deserves nothing but the best.
Yeah.
And he should just be given Byron Bay. Everyone should clear out.
What?
No. Get out. No, get out. It's Marky Mark.
Fuck more Mark Wahlberg.
What do you mean? He's
401 Club, baby. What's his like? He's like fully cult. He's like got a cult now with his training situation.
Oh, with his training? What is he doing? Like
he's obsessed with working out.
He's Marky Mark. He's always been. That's been the whole thing.
Okay.
Back in the day, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
All the celebrities are moving into Byron.
Yeah,
I kind of feel bad for the
a hotspot
for the locals.
Oh yeah. Well,
be careful about how you use that word. These days.
Yeah, you can't. Oh my god.
You can't use that word willy-nilly.
Welcome to Getaway. We're visiting the local the hottest spot. We're visiting all the pretty locations. Katrina Roundtree is going to have her work cut out for her.
What other words do you reckon have been ruined during this whole
quarantine? Is Getaway still going, or did I just make like a late 90s, early 90s reference?
I think Getaway.
Concerned.
I don't think it is still going, but I have seen some. Oh God, remember Getaway? I loved Getaway.
It was when you only had 5 TV channels.
Yeah.
And it was like on at like 6 or 6:30.
Yeah.
Just before Neighbours were home and away.
Yeah, loved it.
Getaway.
All right. Well, I'd love to get away from this conversation.
Up to Noosa. Fly into Coolangatta and get down to Ballina, darling. Kyro, that's Pearl. We'll fucking catch you on the flip side.